Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Aussie Starcraft, where we'll be bringing you another PvP matchup today. Today the map is in fact Belshir Vestige, and in the bottom right hand corner we have Welmu. Now Welmu's pretty well known in the community, excellent player and very popular on our channel. The other Welmu videos that we've cast have been extremely popular, and so we thought we'd pop out some more of his games. He'll be taking on the top left hand corner of Belshir Vestige, SKMC, or better known as MC, or the Protoss. So should be a very high level PvP game. As we've seen in other games, PvP extremely volatile matchup. The first player to make a poor tech choice can very well end up losing the game. There's a lot of reasons for that. Warp gate research and the ability to drop pylons and warp in right next to your opponent's base does make it quite easy to counterattack. So in a PvP game you've always got to be in your best form, otherwise quite frequently you'll warp in the wrong set of units and die very horribly. So both these players just opening fairly soundly. Gateway first, no one going for the old school forge fast expand. But you do have a fairly easy to secure natural base, so we can see that MC's scouting out. Both these players are likely to be doing a fair bit of this, trying to track down each other's proxy pylons and prevent any sneaky counterattacks. MC dropping both his gas, and he's quite early, so Welmu dropping his as well, so it'll be interesting to see how much gas they choose to try and harvest, and whether they're going for something like Dark Templar or Stargate play, or whether this gas is going to be used for some sort of Sentry Immortal timing. You see sentries dominate the early game PvP for the main reason of this: the chokes in the main base and the natural are quite easy to force field, particularly here. You can pin the player up in his base while you destroy his natural quite easily. So force fields generally play a pretty big role, but you often do see just mass stalker play, with the players able to, whoever has the most stalkers, easily able to carry the game. So a lot of different variation in the approaches to this game. We'll see what these two decide to go for. Cybernetics core just finishing up for both players. MC chrono boosting his out, likely wants to get his gateways just ahead of Welmu, so we'll see if that timing comes into effect for him. Welmu dropping a Twilight Council. We could indeed be seeing Dark Templar play out of Welmu, though I'm surprised he hasn't tried to take out this probe a little quicker, choosing to skip the Zealot and go straight for first Stalker. So if he can take out this probe, but this building will be scouted, MC definitely got to look at that Twilight Council, so there's every indication that he knows Dark Templars could be on the way in a couple of minutes. MC choosing to pop out his first sentry, use that to block off the ramp. You can see continuing to chrono boost that Cybernetics core. It's if we look at the timing, it's about 60 seconds away from completion, whereas if we look at Welmu, who's now started chrono boosting his about 80 seconds from completion. So there could be almost an entire warp in of units ahead of Welmu if MC decides to be aggressive with this. Now we see some stalkers coming out, and a robotics facility on the way, so likely to see some immortals as well. And it looks like MC's shaping up for some early aggression here in this matchup. Mothership core in Heart of the Swarm has changed a lot of how the early game plays out, making it much easier for players to defend with photon overcharge. So we'll see what MC can make happen, and whether we'll see Welmu fall to this early push. Now MC used the free hallucination ability on the sentry. It allows him to get this Phoenix and scout around the map, get a really good idea of what Welmu's up to, and he'll be able to tell if this Dark Shrine has in fact come, and MC will definitely spot that, flying right over, knows the Dark Templar could be on the field already, and indeed there is one warping in here. So we'll see MC likely chrono boost out this observer to try and ensure that this Dark Templar can't get on the field. Now you see he's got these units here on hold position. Oh no, force fielding the Dark Templar to keep him out of the base while he chrono boosts this observer out. good spotting from MC. The Dark Templar is in fact cloaked, but when players are watching you can see a slight blur moving across the map. Welmu using this intimidation tactic to start expanding and get his natural expand underway. MC choosing to throw his down now, so Welmu will have a slight edge there. The Dark Templar unable to really secure much damage or harassment, and with an observer sitting here with his army, he won't be able to sneak by into the main base. So we'll see if Welmu decides to cut out the harass with the Dark Templar and instead go for a more conventional approach. Dark Templar are extremely expensive, so warping them in only to have them killed will get you behind fairly quickly. MC's got this observer moving out, as you can see, pathing around to try and find these proxy pylons. He'll move out and take those down. Make sure that Welmu can't warp any more proxy pylons, warp any more DTs in behind his army. This probe down here, just probably trying to get a sense of what Welmu's doing, maybe drop a proxy pylon of his own, and that way if Welmu moves out across the map he can warp in and counter-attack into the natural expansion. Phoenix from Welmu scouting out now. It's a lot more diverse in Dark Templar managed to make it and get 7 kills before getting taken down. Were they all worker kills? Indeed they were. 8 kills on that Dark Templar. Used the opportunity when MC moved out to attack that proxy pylon to sneak him into the base. Very sneaky of Welmu. That Dark Templar definitely able to make his cost back. 8 probes, excellent little pickup for him. If we look at the units tab, we can see substantial lead on probes now for Welmu. He'll be ahead of MC, so if he can keep this lead, he'll be in a commanding position this game. So what do you guys think? What's your favourite tech path? Protoss nowadays seems to get forced down a number of different tech paths. They can either go gateway heavy and go sort of blink stalkers or charge lots with archons or immortals. They can go down the robotics center path, which both these players seem to be favouring at the moment, going down the robo pathway, or they can go down the Dark Templar, High Templar sort of pathway. Alternatively, you can have Protoss players going for air. So what do you guys tend to favour in this matchup? Do you like to go with the sky toss, or are you much more of a fan of the ground-based heavy robo center, immortal colossus sort of strategies? I am a little bit partial to sky toss myself, but obviously immortals can do extremely well in this matchup, with stalkers being the backbone of most Protoss armies. The immortals can be invaluable in taking those out and winning the ground battle. Also, if you go Stargate, it is you can be countered by Twilight Councils and Blink Stalkers and that sort of thing. The CMC has got his Blink on the way, whereas Welmu's elected to go for Zealot Legs to help his Zealots be faster and charge into the action. MC is quite famous for his Blink Stalker micro, so not surprised to see him go for this choice at all. He's always been exceptionally good at that. If you're not familiar with the term, Blink Stalker micro is where you use this blink ability to teleport a short distance. So when the two armies meet in the middle, you'll see them teleport the damaged units to the back so they don't continue taking damage. It effectively makes your army last a lot longer where you're able to do it. It is fairly micro intensive, but where you're able to do it, it does significantly increase your army's survivability. So MC are very good at doing that and gaining that efficiency. Have a warp present with another Dark Templar hiding out here, waiting to sneak into the main base. So we can see that MC started warping in a few High Templar of his own and forming those into Archons. So we're likely to have a fairly similar composition from these players. We can see five Immortals from MC to three of Welmu. Sorry, forgot his name momentarily. 3 of Welmu's Immortals with 2 Archons to MC's 1. So fairly even game so far. Both players starting to throw down their third bases, and this probe continuing to hide out from MC. So both players using to move out into the middle of the map, starting to posture a little bit. Welmu is likely to try and use this to gain. Yeah, and indeed we see the Warp Prism moving in now. Likely see him warp in a few Dark Templars to annoy MC. That way, while he's pressuring this third base, if MC defends here, his High Templar can be a pain in the main base, and he can just keep MC running back and forth. Welmu very good at these sneaky sort of multi-prong harassers. So all he got was a pylon that time, but this now he won't be able to be spotted as he nicks back and forward along this ledge. MC electing to drop a proxy pylon and warp in some zealots, but Welmu will spot this with the Warp Prism. If you see the map, yep, he has indeed spotted that, so he'll likely move to clean that up very quickly. Now, both these players continuing down the same tech path, adding on more and more Immortals and Archons, so a fairly almost mirrored composition from each of these players, slight deviations in the number of Archons and the presence of Warp Prism, etc., but fairly standard play out of both of these Protoss players. So, Warp Prism taken out by the Blink Stalkers. Good pick up there from MC, baiting it in and then blinking under it to take it out. Welmu using a DT to clean up this pylon, make sure he doesn't get any more pesky Zealot run-bys into his third base. Welmu choosing to run a few Zealots up. These Stalkers will blink back and take these out quite easily. Poor Zealots on the Kamikaze Scout mission. These will get cleaned up very promptly, and we see them evaporate in the impressive flash of blue smoke. So his army's continuing to build and posture in the middle of the map. We do have a slight supply edge for MC at this point, so but we do now have a Colossus on the field from Welmu, so which is funny because it doesn't appear to be in the unit star. Is that a hallucinated Colossus? But look at Welmu's view. No, it's not, but it's... Oh, there it is. Okay, now it's popped up. Couldn't find the Colossus for a minute, and... MC choosing to mass recall out of that, knowing he was outgunned with that Colossus. So, very even game. 2,000 resources lost a piece. But Welmu choosing to drop that Colossus did put him in quite a good position. So we have Colossus being chrono boosted out now. Extended Thermal Lance just finishing up, so I would give the edge here to Welmu in these coming fights. The Immortal count is important, but the long range of the Colossus can make it quite easy to be very cost efficient, and these Zealots will die quite quickly in these battles. We can see both MC and Welmu continuing to warp in Zealots, which is a bit surprising actually. The number of Archons and Colossi in Welmu's army would indicate that further tier 1 units like the Zealots probably aren't the best choice, and indeed one of the dangers in PvP is having a poor... still a gateway that needs to become a warp gate down there. One of the dangers in this matchup is when you're at the end of the game, when the two Protoss armies clash, is having too many of these low level units like Zealots in your composition. So we'll see both these players moving out. Sorry, one of my neighbours decided to do some gardening right at this particular moment, starting up a blower outside. We'll see these armies meeting in the middle, and we'll see how this goes for both players. If we can keep that unit's loss tab up, we can see it continuing to rise quite quickly for MC. MC trading very poorly in these engagements. Colossus moving out across the map. These might get picked up, or this run by of Zealots might do significant damage in this natural expansion. These Zealots are 3 upgraded attack Zealots, and this natural going down could be very bad for Welmu. Very sick. I'm surprised that these Archons and Zealots weren't able to do a little bit more. I think I may have missed actually an attack on the main there with Blink Stalkers. But MC doing an excellent job of running Welmu around. Welmu is almost maxed out though, so we'll see Welmu probably throw down this Nexus again and move out with his main force. Now these Zealots are going to get picked off like no tomorrow. Look at these Colossus just mowing them down for next to no cost. This second run by will in fact not do anything, and this could just be MC trading in these Zealots to warp in better units, but that's not the case. He's continuing to warp in more of them. So Zealots can be quite expendable at the later stages of the game because they're very cheap, and Protoss units are quite gas heavy, so you end up with an excess minerals. Welmu trying to fend these off with his Dark Templar, but MC determinedly continuing to plough Zealots down into Welmu's base. If I was Welmu, which I'm not, and not as good as Welmu is, I would probably try and engage. Oh, MC choosing to go for the Tempests. So this is actually quite bad. Welmu's missed his opportunity when he had his Colossus Edge to push in. Now we see Tempests on the field from MC, and those Tempests do massive damage against massive air units, and the Colossus is a massive unit, and because of its phenomenal height it does count as an air unit. So these Tempest 1+1 upgrades, they can probably kill a Colossus in between 3 and 5 shots. So one volley from these 4 Tempests will kill a Colossus, and this could bode quite poorly for Welmu. Only his Archon's able to shoot up, so we'll see if that indeed is the case here. Welmu, we see those Tempests almost able to one-shot this Colossus. Indeed, the Colossus goes down. Another hallucinated Colossus. One-shots the second Colossus. Is very bad for Welmu. Deep, nice concave here from Welmu, but we can see the supplies rapidly dropping. Welmu's plummeting through the ground as these Tempests continue to one-shot the Colossus, and this will go very poorly for Welmu. MC able to just power down from the high ground. Archon's being caught in these time warp, and Welmu's forced a GG out of the game. Ladies and gentlemen, what I think we had there was, unfortunately for Welmu, just wasn't able to exploit the timing. Those heavy Zealot run-bys from MC was just enough to buy him time. If Welmu had pushed while he had the Colossi out, and Welmu and MC had nothing, he would have been able to do quite a substantial amount of damage. But these 2 Stargates that MC dropped and started pushing Tempests out of gave him a massive edge in that final battle. Those 5 Colossus or 6 Colossus that were on the field at the time took up 36 supply, and they died in record time to these Tempests. 2 of them actually died before the engagement began, and before they could even get off a shot. So it's 12 supply wasted, giving MC just a massive edge in that fight. So his heavy immortal count able to make the difference there. So in spite of all those Zealots that he threw away, it was a perfect move to buy him enough time to get the tech out on the field that he needed, which was these Tempests. So hope you guys enjoyed the game. Just another indication of the great diversity we can get in PvP games. Stargate units there giving MC the edge and able to help him power through Welmu, who looked for a few moments there like he was in the dominant position in the game. So congratulations to MC, a great victory here, taking out Welmu, one of our channel favourites. So we hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and give us the old thumbs up. Really helps us out, helps improve the ranking of our videos. So we hope you enjoyed it. We'll catch you in the next cast.